My name is Christian Scho from Lund, and I've worked with complex sales in my entire career. So I've worked with companies like IBM, Industriens, Symantec, but also with smaller Danish consultancies and startup companies. In this video, you will learn how to succeed in your next sales meeting. You will learn how to prepare, how to create insight, and how to close the sale as soon as possible. So first of all, preparing. You really need to understand which problems that your solution solves. And you need to ask the right question in order to find out whether those problems are severe enough for your client to do something about them. In short, if there is a business case. The benefits of your product, what problems do your customers have without your solution? And thirdly, which questions can I ask that can uncover the severity of these problems at your customer? You should do this for every single industry that you work with and every stakeholder. If this seems like a lot of work, you probably need to take a step back. Then you need to consider who your ideal customer profile is. You need to understand the customer lifetime value of these ideal customers. And you need to find out how do you approach these clients. Topic number 2, how to generate insight. This is where you move from being a salesperson to a business consultant. So you use the questions that you worked at in step number 1. But you have to remember that this is a pretty fine line to tread between using the questions and adapting to the customer in front of you. So you need to make sure that you are staying on the agenda while at the same time retaining the flexibility to adapt to your customer. But make sure that those directions, that like the totality of the subject that you're discussing, is still within the limits of the solutions that you provide. Topic number 3, accelerating the sales process. Now, it's pretty obvious to you as a salesperson why you want the sales process to become as short as humanly possible. As one of my friends say, a sales process is not like fine wine, it does not get better with age. So you want to use as short amount of time as possible in order to get as many sales as possible within a given time frame. You also want to minimize risk, and the longer time it takes for you to get the sale through, the larger the risk is going to become. So this is why building a business case is so incredibly important. When you're in this meeting and when you're in this sales process, of course it's not that easy. But remembering just 4 key questions can actually get you quite a long way. And these 4 questions are these. So how do you measure this problem? What is it now? What would you like it to be? And in the end, you simply say, so the difference is, you need the customer to tell you what the problem is. So if you, for example, have this fine calculation and you say, wow, you have $1 million problem. Chances are that the customer is just going to, yeah, well, I'm not sure that I buy that stuff. But if the customer self says, wow, I have $1 million problem. You see the difference? So to wrap it up, in order to succeed in a sales meeting, these are the 3 things that you need to remember. When you prepare, you need to have the questions that are going to generate insight with your customers. So that means understanding your solution and understanding what problems your customers have without your solution. Secondly, generating insight at the sales meeting, not just using the questions that you have prepared, but adapting to the customer along the way and developing a business case together with her. Number 3, accelerating the sales cycle. Now, the reason for doing this from the customer's perspective is, of course, finding out if this makes sense, then we should do it as fast as possible. Identify how you make this decision as fast as possible, who is involved, and when they should step into the process.